listening to the Bourbon Nerdz podcast, episode Friday the 13th, Colony. All right, featuring Daniel Prewett. I know, sorry.
He said it's just Daniel. It's because just Daniel.
Daniel Prewett.
Dang, Daniel with the white vans.
What's up, Daniel? How you doing, man? I'm excited. How you feeling today? You ready to drink some 13th Colony?
Feeling good, excited to crack into some of these bottles.
I know. We've got a banger of an episode for you guys. Really excited. We've been talking about this one for quite a while. We've got right now we're going to be obviously featuring 13th Colony Distillery, which is a controversial distillery, which we'll get into here in a little bit. We're doing a side by side to start out with a cask strength, regular cask strength, and then the Specs Pick cask strength. The Specs Pick comes in at 118 proof, and the regular cask strength is 116, aged 5 years, 10 months. And the Specs Pick's 5 years, 5 months. So
I can
close.
already tell you this Specs Pick's just better.
Yeah, the nose on it.
I hate that because that's not the one I own, but yeah, that one's really, really good. It's just got a lot more flavor to me for some reason. It's got 3% more proof? I think mine's 115 and like 5 months older, but
You have 116.72 versus 118.12.
Yeah, so they're pretty close, and like I said, within 5 months, but the Specs Pick is still fantastic.
Good old Georgia Peach. Yeah, I mean, 13th Colony's got some really good stuff. I know one of my favorite bottles this year, and again, it's not going to be on my top 5 list, but just bottles I really gravitated towards was the Maple Finish, the 113 proof. Was a limited release from them, I believe. I think it's the first year they've released it that I'm aware of, but we've got a lot. So from Barrel to Brain, obviously, we're going to feature the 13th Colony Distillery. Nerd Rage, we're going to talk about a couple new bottles that are coming out. Garrett and I went to Turnpike Troubadours concert at Choctaw. We're going to talk about Whiskey Sideline. We've got some sports updates talking about some of the Panic and Be Patient fantasy players. Pop Culture Pour, we're going to feature we're going to talk about some of our favorite final Friday the 13th movies. That scared the bejesus out of me. I remember I still have nightmares from when I was a child. Neat and Balanced, I'm going to give you just 5 easy tips for dieting, real simple. And last call, we'll talk about an upcoming drop and new stickers and kind of getting some end of the year events. So this will be a really fun episode. Again, Daniel Prewett's on. I'm really excited to have him on and feature. Daniel, how are you doing? We just came from Copper Hill Distillery, right?
Yes.
Copperhead Distillery.
Copperhead Hill Distillery.
Yeah, I can't say Copperhead without saying Copperhead Row. So it's really hard for me to say that name.
Down.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good? Yeah. You ready to drink a lot of whiskey?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we drank quite a bit at that distillery. But
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to stop.
Baby sips.
Yeah, baby sips. And
yeah, I mean, they had some interesting stuff. You'll see a video come out from us on that. So please check out our YouTube page. It's located off of Sawmill Road in Caddo, Oklahoma. But there were some really exciting things. Honestly, we tried one of his barrel-aged whiskeys he has going on. It tastes like a butterscotch bomb. We had a watermelon moonshine, and there was a coffee whiskey and a tequila. There was a blue agave. I mean, he had some cool stuff. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. But yeah, so let's dive in.
Well, hang on, before we dive in, I want to ask Daniel about his trip.
You went to Colorado.
Did you hunt anything or?
No, I hung out at camp quite a bit. Just did a little bit of hiking mainly.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's good exercise, and there's beautiful views and stuff. You didn't shoot anything?
No, I did not.
No. Did you see anything that was close?
I probably saw 20 something elk, a couple black bear, plenty of mule deer.
Was it just you, or was it you and your family?
Me and a great uncle and one of his friends.
Gotcha. Did you drink some good whiskey around the fire?
We did. Well, just some Weller Antique.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
I was about the only one that knew what it was.
You'll have to come with us to our to Hochatown and stuff, and it's always really fun. We get the fire going and whiskey and kayaking, and it's always a fun time. I think we're planning around March. I'll have to get with my mother-in-law.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, and I just came back from Utah, so
let's go on to it. No, I'm just kidding.
I hate Garrett. So, I went for a work trip. We did like a company golf event. It was a lot of fun. I actually played pretty well. I haven't played golf all year, which surprised me. I lost a few balls, but overall, it was a scramble. So,
what'd you shoot on 18?
We shot like 2 under, I think, overall, which is not great for a scramble, but
is that with 2 people?
No, we had 4.
Oh,
Yeah. But we were just having fun, had a good time. Really enjoyed playing. We were just kind of more practicing than anything. I didn't get a chance to really go to the driving range or hit balls before we went out and played. But the cool thing is I went to this really awesome burger joint, and they had probably my second favorite rye for $13, which is the Michter's Barrel Strength Toasted Rye. And it's phenomenal. I know Aaron Patterson let us try it. Remember, we killed his bottle that he got for his birthday. I have to score a bottle of that. If you have a bottle and you want to get rid of it, give me a shout. But
it just kind of sucks that Michter's doesn't just release that stuff very often.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do it like once a year, if like 1 year they do this toasted and the next year they do this, but I feel like everything is just so hard to get from Michter's.
Yeah, it is, and it's really good. But also, too, I had Russell's 13th and a couple other pours for like $8 at this dive bar. So Utah's got some good whiskey stuff going on. I had the most amazing dessert. I'll have to post it in the Bourbon Nerdz chat. It was called Candyland. The chef came out and made it, just slapped a bunch of different like flavors on like this whole mat that covered the whole table. It was really cool. I'll post a video, or actually I'll send it to you. We can post a video on our socials. Really cool video, and one of the most incredible desserts I've ever had in my life. If you don't know me, I'm a foodie, and I love my desserts. So, yeah. But anyways, let's get back on track. Let's dive into 13th Colony. So, fun fact, Georgia was the 13th colony. If you guys didn't know that. Newsflash.
Georgia.
But there's a lot of controversy around 13th Colony, and I will say they're making some really good whiskey. I talked about the maple. Their cask strength is a phenomenal bottle. Don't pass on that. Their regular offerings are decent if you're new to bourbon and getting in. Nothing jumps out. They're decent. I've had both of them. I think the rye is a little bit better than the bourbon, but the double oaked to me is one of the most memorable pours that I've ever had. I remember we tried it over at Randall's house. And we're going to be drinking that. And these are both fresh cracks. So we have the double oaked and then the 15th anniversary. So it's like 139 proof, aged about 8 years. And then the double oak is that
133.7.
133.7. It's aged for about 10 years, and it is dark as oil. If you haven't seen that bottle, so
almost looks like you use chewing tobacco to.
It really does. Honestly, it's one of the darkest bottles I've ever seen in my life. But going back to 13th Colony, they were founded in 2009. They're out of Americus, Georgia. Their core mash bill is 70% corn, 21% rye, 9% malted barley. Most of some of their lower end products are aged from 4 to 6 years. The cask strength's around, we talked about 5 years. So, but they have a really good offering. I think they're a really good, distillery. Just in general, I've really enjoyed these cask strengths. I'm super excited because I have not had the 15th anniversary. I actually won that at Apollo, the Whitesboro Liquor Drop. So I had a choice between the cellar aged and that, and I pivoted to the 13th Colony. I heard good things about it from a few whiskey tubers, and again, the double oaked is one of the best bottles I think I've ever had. Just memorable pours. So I know when we try as much whiskey as we had, and a lot of you listeners have tried a bunch of whiskeys. Sometimes they start to run together, but you get some of those standouts, and I think that's why also too. A shout out to Whiskey Blendery. While they're getting so popular now, they're just making really good whiskey that is diverse and it stands out. So, but yeah, there's a lot. Do you have anything? I've got more.
I've got some stuff on the controversy of them.
Yeah, let's go. We'll dive into controversy, and then I'll talk a little bit more about the distillery.
I just want to make a comment. So when I told you I met this guy at Grapes and Grains the other day, and he said he recognized me from the channel. And I don't remember if it was him or if it was someone else was asking. They made the comment like, Cody likes to talk a lot, doesn't he? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I feel like he's always the one talking. I was like, well, he's like the face of our videos, and he does like to ramble a little bit. He's just a talkative guy. That's just how he is. That's just part of it. But whenever you just kept going, it just made me think of that guy and his comment the other day. And I forgot to tell you that.
If you want me to shut up, just go ahead and subscribe, and comment.
Subscribe, and shut up.
Say, Mills, shut up.
Okay, so just real quick.
I do like to talk a lot, though.
The accusation of lying against 13th Colony Distillery centers on claims that they have misled consumers by not fully disclosing the origin of their whiskey, particularly recording and sourcing from other distilleries rather than distilling the whiskey themselves, which we talked to Randall a little bit. He brought this up because he had emailed them, and they just kept going around the question a little bit. And so I think he has a whole episode on like the controversy of 13th Colony.
Yes.
So he has, if you ever get a opportunity, he has Bourbon Real Talk, and he has like a whole video on it. He's a lot more detailed than we are because he did a lot more research and stuff. But very interesting for sure. Which it doesn't say where they might have been distilled from. It says they state they do not use additives, coloring, or flavorings in their aged products. Because I mean, we just said that the 13th Colony looks like oil, but I mean, that is super dark. But I have seen if you look at this buff turkey, the buff turkey is pretty dark too. Not like on that level, but I mean, it's a double oaked, and they probably just use a really dark.
Look at this 15th anniversary.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty dark too. I mean, it's not comparatively to the double oaked.
Does it say what kind of char they use on their double oaked? Because I'm curious if it's just a really dark char.
The label, it does not.
I'm curious on that. But yeah, I mean, there's just a couple things. Because like I said, I'm sure if you saw that, you'd be like, dude, they have to be coloring it or something. But I don't know. Whenever you taste it, it just tastes amazing. I don't taste any like fake additives or anything like that. I don't know what. I guess you could add food coloring to it, and you wouldn't really notice too much. But I don't see why places would do that at all. I guess just to be different, but it just, I feel like that would just be weird. I don't know, what does aged food coloring taste like?
Yeah, for sure. Well, that aged food coloring tastes amazing. No, and you were talking about, because it was founded, again, we talked about in 2009. They didn't start using their 250-gallon pot still until around 2011. So a lot of online controversy says there's no evidence that they've ever bottled their own distilled whiskey.
And it's possible that they started sourcing and then now they're doing their own thing, and maybe there's just and it's just they didn't want to. I mean, their bottle says bottled and distilled, right?
It does, yeah. And I think that's where the controversy and the transparency thing kind of lies.
Actually, it says aged and bottled by 13th Colony Distillery. Yeah. Oh, this is distilled in Indiana. What is the? Yeah, this one says distilled in Indiana.
Nice.
Interesting.
It says produced and bottled by 13th Colony, Americus, Georgia.
Yeah, so mine doesn't say distilled in Indiana. So I wonder if they just started adding that.
I think the last couple of years they started sourcing possibly.
Yeah.
Or they
produced and bottled 13th Colony, Americus, Georgia.
So yeah, none of them say
15th and double
distilled. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with sourcing. I mean,
no, there's not. I mean, but like, why not disclose it? Like, be transparent. I think that's a fair ask of the whiskey community. I mean, if you're sourcing your whiskey, that's fine. If it's good whiskey, I don't care. Lasso 18, would probably our surprise whiskey of the year, or whiskey, surprise whiskey of the year. Like, that's MGP stuff. Okay, great. It's very good. It's delicious. A couple cool things though. Like, do you have anything else, Daniel? Did you want to add anything about the
13th Colony? Just a lot of the controversy, pretty much what y'all have covered. Then I've also heard people saying they possibly use charged barrels, but I haven't read anything on that. Mm-hmm. So can't really expand on that very much.
Where do you think, if you had a guess, let's play a little game. Where do you think, if they do source, where do you think they source their stuff from?
I mean, obviously this one says distilled in Indiana.
I'll say MGP.
Yeah, it makes me think it's probably MGP. I mean, there is another one in Indiana that distills, but the most common one is MGP.
Yeah.
Or Ross and Squibb, sorry.
So a couple of cool little facts, doing some research on 13th Colony. Their master distiller is Graham Arthur. He's actually a U.S. Coast Guard veteran. He was actually trained as a chef at Lee Cordon Bleu, which is a really famous chef school. I thought that was pretty cool. I know
Cordon Bleu. It's a good food.
Yeah, I like Cordon Bleu.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, too, we talk a lot about what makes good whiskey, and water consistently comes up in our conversations. And they have access to the Southeast oldest aquifer, and they also are known for sourcing their stuff local, regional materials, all that stuff, corn from local farmers. Their price strategy is at a friendly price on the shelf. It's kind of their motto. They have a series of just a regular bourbon rye. We talked about the double oak, the 15th anniversary, which I thought was a cool bottle. The maple finish with spirals. That one's a really good bottle, but and the cask strength. So they've got a good little selection of different things. They're classified, I guess, as the oldest distillery?
Georgia since Prohibition.
Yeah, Georgia since Prohibition, which they founded in 2009, so it's kind of funny. But
I'm sure they had a similar issue with like Oklahoma where they just
Yeah.
didn't have, where they have a lot of crazy laws.
Or like
something.
Baltimore too. I mean, remember we talked about when Sagamore episode, we talked about how there was hundreds of distilleries before Prohibition. It's just crazy that how much that wiped out so many distilleries in our, like, think about if Prohibition never occurred. Like, what would our country look like? How many distilleries would exist? And a lot of them would cannibalize each other and stuff, but it's just kind of crazy that so many got shut down. So I'm trying to think anything else.
I have something else.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to try these bourbons.
Oh, the double oaked and 15th.
I know Daniel's been sent over there with empty glasses too. He's been ready for it.
I've been waiting.
Well, what flavor? You didn't even talk about the cask strengths.
Your typical bourbons, your caramels, your vanilla.
Yeah.
I mean yeah, that's good. The Specs one came off a little sweeter to me.
I'm getting quite a bit of rye spice on this one.
Which one's that one?
I think is it the Specs one? I think it's the Specs one. It's a cask strength.
No, they were both good.
Very sweet. I get sweet corn, caramel. Yeah, your traditional.
Cask strength's good. It's never like blown me away, but it's
It's just a
very
good bottle,
for sure.
solid bottle. I've always enjoyed drinking it.
Cast strength is always a solid pour.
I'm cleaning my glasses.
I mean, obviously, I've put a pretty good dent in mine. I just got that a few months ago.
I think the Specs pick had a little more complexity than the regular
Yeah,
cast, personally.
And whoever does Specs, whoever is on their picking team does a fantastic job because I feel like
Yeah,
the Specs
absolutely.
picks are always
Specs
like
picks are solid.
you go to Total Wine and you know that most of the time those are just like whatever's left over and they just take them. And so like I haven't really enjoyed any of the Total Wine picks, but Specs, they actually have a team that goes and picks and they do a fantastic job.
they have a great team. Shout out to Specs.
And they have a great relationship with all these distilleries because they always get like the craziest, picks. I know that ours still has that Horse Soldier pick. I want to go get the 10-year. Did you try that?
I did not. I think they were actually sold out last time I was down there.
I see it on their website, which it might not. I could have swore I saw it last time I was in there
Which
because
one are we trying first out of these?
I tried the
I have
15th
I have
first.
Cody wasn't sure he was going to ever open this one, and we kind of made an agreement that Daniel would open his double oak if Cody opens his 15th anniversary, and I would just come up and drink.
Similar.
Their noses are very similar. I get like a very dark, like almost a molasses kind of.
I got molasses, burnt sugar,
Yeah, burnt sugar for
burnt
sure.
brown
like
sugar,
Burnt.
They
sugar,
almost remind me
straight
kind
up.
of like Jack Daniel's smells, like
like
those
burnt
dark-
brown sugar.
Yeah, I just don't get that banana.
No,
bread
I get a
or-
little bit.
I don't get any banana.
I get a little bit of banana.
Yeah, I get
burnt sugar.
more burnt brown sugar on the double oak.
Yeah,
Definitely.
brown
Double
sugar.
oak. I think it's more on the 15th anniversary.
Yeah. I need to clean my palate a little bit here. No,
Cleanse
these
it.
are exciting bottles to drink. Like for us to have these, and Daniel, thank you for bringing your double oak. I really appreciate you doing that. Obviously, I popped my 15th anniversary. I was hoping to hoard that and trade up for William Llewellyn, but that's fine. We're gonna drink it and have an episode over it and have a good time. That's what whiskey's all about.
Enjoying and sharing.
Yep, sharing and caring, right? All right, I'm gonna dive in.
A lot of barrel influence on the 15th anniversary.
I'm shocked at how similar the noses are, though.
Yeah, a lot of barrel char.
Yeah, it's almost like a stringency on the end that's like that barrel influence for sure.
Oh, the 15th?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's definitely a spicy meatball. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's not a lot on the front palate.
No, just kidding. It's like I
Yeah.
think you should have
I
just
just
traded
lost.
it, bro.
I
No,
lost.
I'm just kidding. It's good.
No, it's good. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot on the front palate, though. It's more mid to back. Finish is solid. It's got a great finish for sure. Like I'm getting a hug all the way down. It is 139 proof, right?
Yes.
It tastes-
Was the 15th anniversary that?
Yes.
Oh, so they're both. Wait, sorry.
This one.
What was
Go
the
ahead.
double oak?
The double oak 133.74.
I was thinking that one was higher for some reason.
15th is pushing hazmat.
Yeah, pushing hazmat here, and it's good. It's a good finish. I mean, it doesn't blow your palate out, but it lets you know it's there, and it's
We should've-
still ongoing. And you guys know I enjoy a good finish on a bourbon.
Should have done this one side by side because this is one of my favorite double oak bourbons.
Oh yeah,
Got a lot of older.
that's okay. We can take a little sip of it. He's talking about the Disco. Is that the Disco 13?
Disco 13, yeah.
Yeah. So really,
It's
it's really
a-
cool bottle. If you haven't dove into Bardstown, that's one of our favorite distilleries. The Discovery series, the 11, 12, and now the 13 are absolutely great bottles.
Yeah, this is 13, like 13th Colony. That's funny.
It is.
Well, and this one's double barreled in American oak and Hungarian oak, which is very interesting. I haven't heard a lot of Hungarian oak being used, but a lot of people say it's amazing, and that's actually really, really good. I'd love to side by side these because I'm actually getting a lot of similarities because I was drinking that one last night.
Yeah, I get a lot of hazelnut from their stuff, kind of like a hazelnut note. I don't know if you guys get that same thing. Let me go over the double oaked.
Nose on
Feel like a
double oak is
syrupy-
phenomenal, I think.
Very syrupy.
Some like
Better on the
dark-
palate.
This is really opening up. And
Dark.
and these are both fresh cracks, which is good because if you have a bottle that's opened up a lot and then you're like trying it versus a fresh crack, I mean, these are both fresh cracks, so I think it's a great comparison.
I bet
We're
these
giving
would
it to
be
you.
considerably better opened up a little bit though. Some bottles don't taste as good on the fresh cracks as they
Yeah.
do later on.
There's just something about that double oak that's special. It
Yeah.
speaks to my heart. It's my love language.
That nose is phenomenal on the double oak.
Yeah, it's good. This 15th, I think just needs some time to open up. I think it's such higher proof, which is 7 proof points when you're getting up in the 130s is a big difference. I mean, you're talking about hazmat level. So, but
It's good. It's spicy.
I mean, I definitely think if you haven't had any 13th Colony products, even their base stuff is decent. So, and they're doing more store picks and different things like that. So, absolutely give them a try. I think Georgia, whether they're sourcing or distilling their own, and some of this has to be their own distillate, I would believe, but they're making some good stuff. And the only thing I really don't like, and this is going to be the thing that I hate about 13th Colony, is I love their bottle design, but traveling with them is a pain in the rear.
Yeah, they don't fit in.
They
the
don't
little
fit in any
slots.
of the normal bourbon stuff, so there's kind of oddballs for that. So that's the only thing I don't like about. But they're cool bottles. They're like super round and got a skinny little neck.
They're
on
like a
them.
discus.
Yeah, a little discus thing. But
You just throw them and it'll be fine.
And if you're big on mouthfeel, I think the double oak is a little more vicious,
yeah,
thicker mouthfeel.
yep, thicker mouthfeel, just from front to back, just well rounded, just straight brown sugar, charred deliciousness.
Yeah, they're one of these is drying out my mouth a little bit.
Probably the higher proof one.
Could be.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the 15th anniversary.
It's better on the way back. It's still pretty spicy.
Ooh, it is way better on the way back.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think if you give it some time to open up a little bit, I think it's gonna be pretty solid. I mean,
You might not get as much of that barrel influence as you would.
No, but it's solid. They're both really good. I mean, obviously, I prefer the double oak.
Are these non-chill filtered?
Oh, that's a good
They
question.
don't really say on their
They
thing, do
don't
they?
say. I don't think they are.
Yeah, they don't state either way.
I don't think they are non-chill. Anyways, anything else? Any other facts about 13 Colony you wanted to share? I think. these are
Yeah,
good.
they're pretty good. Give them a try.
Yep, absolutely. Daniel,
About all I
anything?
got.
So not a whole lot. They brag about their barrel aging climate. It's what gives.
Oh
them
yeah,
an
for sure.
edge.
Georgia climate. We didn't even
Yeah.
talk about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
They've got a
They have a really good
pretty
climate.
aggressive climate like Oklahoma, Texas. So you get a lot of temperature swings. It's and we don't really talk about what does it mean when you have a temperature swing. You're expanding and the barrel's expanding and tightening up. So the whiskey's going in and out of the barrel. So it's pulling flavors out of the barrel, and that's really where you get when you have a crazy climate that we see in the South, and that's what really makes some really good whiskey, and that's what you're seeing. And we talked about the Whiskey Blendery again. We've given them a lot of love, but yeah, climate has a huge impact on making whiskey, along with water. If you got good water, you got a good climate, in a good barrel, you're gonna make some damn good whiskey. So, and I think you definitely should give 13th Colony a try, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So, and we'd love to hear back from you. What is your favorite 13th Colony product that you've had, and why do you love it? So, all right, I think that'll close out from Barrel to Brain. Let's move over to Nerd Rage.
Hang on, I just did this sick. Someone just accepted my sick trade offer. You wanna hear this?
Da-na-na. Yeah, let's hear your sick
So I
trade.
traded him DJ Moore, Bijan Robinson, and Bo Nix.
Uh-huh.
And I got Jaden Daniels, Jamar Chase, Ashton Genty. No. Wait, yes. Yes.
I don't know if I like that.
I feel like I upgrade Jaden. I feel like Jamar's still going to be a top receiver, and I feel like Genty's a buy low candidate right now.
I think he is a buy.
I also hate DJ Moore. I really wanted him off my team.
Yeah.
So I'm basically trading B. John and Bo Nix and just throwing in DJ Moore.
I can see that. I think Chase will still be good. When does what's his face come back? Macaulay Culkin.
Who?
Burrow.
Oh, I think that's another
couple weeks.
I think it's November.
Yeah. Man, this is let's finish Nerd Rage and then we'll get into Whiskey Sideline.
Okay.
So I saw an update for Knob Creek 21 years coming out. There was a video by Bourbon Kingdom. Yeah, they did it.
They picked one up at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
Yeah, so they picked one up at Bourbon Kentucky Festival.
I think he said only like 60 or 90 bottles.
Yeah, it's going to be super limited release.
I mean, if that's the case, there's no shot we'll ever.
And I think their initial thoughts, obviously, they weren't biggest fans of it. I know the 18 is, I think, a really good bottle. Really wish it was more proof. We're huge Knob Creek fans, if you haven't noticed. So I'd be interested to try it. Always like higher age Jim Beam product stuff. So I think I'm really looking forward to maybe have an opportunity to try it. Obviously, we've had a stag sighting finally. What is that?
I want you to try that next to the double oak.
At the Disco 13.
Let Daniel try it too.
All right. He's interrupting me here. But yeah, we saw a stag sighting, 25A and 25B.
Well, and that's kind of weird that we don't see stag all year, and then all of a sudden Specs drops the 25A and B out of nowhere. Like what happened? What's going on?
Was it the flood possibly?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Maybe the flood had an impact with shipping and distribution.
I mean, they released the Igor 12. They released all this. I don't know if that warehouse specifically was like the stag warehouse. I don't know.
I'm not sure. That's the only thing I could think of. But yeah, it's kind of weird because usually stag comes out. Yeah, it's usually a few months later where we are in Texas. We never see that in Oklahoma. But it's been almost the entire year, and we're getting A and B kind of coming out at the same time. So stag's a really good bottle. It's become more readily available. I know we've had a couple lucky times where we showed up at Specs and been able to get one, or people know about this drop. But I'm curious to try and see it. I know that Stag's been I feel like it's kind of regressed some, as good as it used to be. But 23C was really good. I know you liked the 24A. I was like 24A was okay. We didn't get to try the D. I know we tried the B. B was all right. But
I have the D if y'all want to try it.
Oh, you have the D? Okay. Yeah, I haven't.
24D.
I feel like I tried it at a drop, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Kyle always has like a million.
Yeah, I know. I try so many things as a drop.
I don't know. I feel like I tried the 24D at some point, but I don't know. I mean,
so interesting on the double oak. There's some similarities there for sure. I do like the 13th Colony double oak better, but that's a great alternative. Like, you can't find the double oak like this Disco 13.
I actually really like the Disco 13.
No, it's awesome.
No, I think
awesome
it's really
pour. Just a little bit I've tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys are welcome to try this, like whatever. But I wanted to try them side by side because there are some similarities. It's not as thick as the 13th Colony, but I think, you could definitely give it to the 13th Colony double oak, but I think as an overall from front to back, I think I enjoy the Disco 13 just a little bit more. But I mean, they're both so good. It's kind of like 1A, 1B to me.
Well, let's talk about the Turnpike Troubadours concert.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Daniel didn't get to make it, but it was me, you, and Ileana. I had a blast.
Have you ever seen the Turnpike Troubadours live?
I have not.
No.
So they put on a hell of a show. Absolutely. I was like, it's funny because I'd go there. I'm like, oh, I love this song. Like, you've said that about the last 5 songs.
Yeah, they basically played all their hits, every single one of them.
Every single one of them. They're amazing live. I will definitely go back to watch them. I'm hoping to go to the Cross Canadian Ragweed crossover in Stillwater next year.
Oh, the Boys from Oklahoma?
Yeah, the Boys from Oklahoma. They're going to be redoing that. But really enjoyed the concert. We had such a good time. So got to kind of celebrate Ileana's birthday and hang out, and we had a really good time. I thought they put on a great show. If you haven't ever had an opportunity to go see them, you like country, and I think I enjoy their music, but I was really shocked at how good of a show they put on. They really interacted with the crowd. They were very humble, and they just jammed out. I mean, they just did a good job. So we had a couple people pass out and stuff. There were some stoppages during the concert, but outside of that, it was just a really good time.
We
Man.
had some girls in front of us that were just like freaking out the whole show.
Yeah, I don't know how they were like 20 something, but girls were just going nuts. They were doing like lives and different things. It was kind of funny, but yeah, we had a guy with a scooter behind us. It was funny because he was wanting to get out, and we were in the pit area, and I helped him back up, and I was like, "Hey, give him some room, people!" Backing people up. It was kind of funny, but we had a good time. Everybody was having a good time, a lot of fun, and yeah, I was really excited to have the opportunity to watch them, and I can't wait to see them next time. So.
Yeah, no, they're really good. They're just good old boys from Oklahoma, and they played for a couple hours. So
do they roll their joints all wrong?
I don't know. I
Are
mean, they hang out with those
Boys
guys
from Oklahoma.
Oh, are they way too skinny?
And way too long.
Way too long.
Have you ever listened to the live version of that?
Oh, yes. I watched Cross Canadian
So
Ragweed.
they have a lot of weird things to say about Norman people. So
Yeah, I saw them live probably 20 years ago. Cross
I
Canadian
saw them
Ragweed.
at it was 2010, I think, at Calf Fry.
Yeah, they played at Bridgeview Marina of all places on Lake Texoma.
I think I saw them. Did they play at Red Barn? I think is that where I saw them?
Turnpike did.
I know. Well, I never saw Turnpike.
I don't know about Cross because Cross is actually from like the Stillwater
Yeah.
area, so it'd be weird for them to make it all the way to Durant. But you never know.
I think maybe it was Calf Fry that I watched them then.
I definitely saw him at Calf Fry, and that's the concert where Cody Canada got hit with the liquor
Oh
bottle.
yeah, the bottle. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he said he'd never play in Stillwater again. And here we are.
Yep, playing again. Cool. You have anything else for Nerd Rage?
I've been playing the new Madden a little bit. That's been pretty fun.
Oh, the new Madden, yeah.
Yeah, it's it's fine. So the cool thing I like about it this year, like I know every year is like, oh, it's just a football game, but they actually have changed to everyone's like throwing style and kind of like their habits and stuff, like quarterbacks and stuff. So it's pretty interesting. Like when you're low with Lamar Jackson, you just kind of juke everybody out and stuff.
That's cool.
But it's pretty fun.
I used to love, dude. Madden was like my game. I'd get it every year, and then it was kind of like the same game. It was like just a new label, new cover on it. No, we got to get together and play some Madden, dude. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for the new NCAA. I heard they fixed a lot of features from last year and should be a good one. But awesome. I've always liked the NCAA games. Me and my friends in college would get.
Absolutely.
We would pick a conference, and then you would have to pick a team with that conference, and then you'd have to fight for recruits and stuff.
So we do a random. You get 3 random, so you got to hit it 3 times in your random team, and then the team has to be within like I believe it's 7, like plus or minus 7. Or then if you don't have a team that matches up from a overall rating, then you have to redo it. So, but we have a lot of fun.
On NCAA?
Yeah, NCAA. It's
no,
fun.
and we would pick like the weird conferences, like Conference USA or something. So it was always a fun time. That was one of my favorite times in college. Like we would either do that or we'd watch Dragon Ball Z. Like just like next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Can't go wrong with Dragon Ball Z.
No,
Can't
for sure
go wrong.
not.
Great anime. My daughter's obsessed with it now. I've created a monster.
Did you see that thing that Austin posted earlier? That's like if Dragon Ball stops, it would cause an economic crisis in Japan.
Yeah, so that's kind of funny.
That's wild. There has to be more than just Dragon Ball Z that's come out of Japan.
Well, there is. There's a lot
definitely.
of different anime that comes out. But yeah, that's a different debate for a different episode, different day. Anyways, all right, let's move over to Whiskey Sideline. There's a lot happened. Hey, I'm a man and I'm 40 and I need a job.
And I'm retired. No, I've been terminated.
Yeah, you have been terminated. So Mike Gundy finally gets the fire.
He's been fired.
He's been fired, as Trump would say. You're fired.
You're fired.
But, I was a huge Mike Gundy fan, but at some point you got enough's enough. Our football program last year was the worst it's been in 30 years. I'm an Oklahoma State fan. I went to school there.
Screwed Ollie Gordon stock all up.
Yeah, screwed Ollie Gordon, which looks like a hell of a running back. I think he's going to be
That's
really
a great
good.
pickup for the Dolphins.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Chain's just going to turn into a slot receiver.
And it doesn't mean you hate Mike Gundy. We had a good run with Gundy. We beat OU a few times. We, were ranked and had, won some bowl games and all that. But, sometimes you just gotta make a change. And I think we're at that point now. I think they gave him plenty of opportunity to overcome the obstacles. And college football is tough, man. And that's, one of the reasons why what's his face retired from Alabama. the coach?
Saban, but
Saban.
he's a commentator, so
Yeah,
he
he's
isn't
a commentator,
exactly
but
retired.
he saw the writing on the wall for what college football is.
We see how Alabama's turned out.
Yeah. So I'm happy to move forward and make a change. Mike Gundy, thank you for the years and hard work and effort and all that. I don't have any ill will towards that, but it's time to move on, and we got to get Oklahoma State back on the map for being a decent football team.
The problem is you're going to run into money. Like Oklahoma State just doesn't have enough money like other places do. So you're never going to get. You're just going to have to get those players who are good that also just want to play at OSU. So I don't know if OSU will ever be super good again. They might. Yeah. I don't know. It's just hard.
Well, Boone Pickens, before he passed, he was one of the biggest donors ever.
Well, yeah,
you got to have guys like that to step up and
for sure.
donate loads of money. But Oklahoma State's a great college. I went to school there. Stillwater's a special place. Yeah, they've got a cool little bar area downtown. It definitely smells like cow manure in certain parts of it, but it's a really cool place. Always a special place in my heart. So. But yeah, I wish the best for Mike Gundy, and it's time to move on to someone new, and we'll see what happens from there. But all right, well let's dive into fantasy football. This is definitely not been the best year I've had. I think I've got some mixed results. My dynasty team, which is phenomenal, is 0-3. I've been outscored. I have scored over 130 points, average 3 weeks in a row, and lost all 3 games. Teams that were projected barely score 100 are scoring 135, 140. But we wanted to kind of talk about some players to panic or be patient on. I think we'll start out with that, and then we'll kind of give you some thoughts on what we've seen so far and some of the teams that are really standing out. So do you want to kick us off, Garrett?
Yeah, so I'll start off by – so I talked a little bit about that trade that just got accepted earlier. 2 of the players that are on my patient list are in that trade, Jamar Chase and Ashton Jeanty. I don't remember the statistic, but there's a statistic where Jeanty's leading the league in people basically running over people essentially. Yeah. But he's just running into lines. He's going to figure out. He's getting a lot of carries. Yep. And that they're Vegas now. The Raiders' offense is looking a lot better. So I'm really big on Jeanty. I mean, Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase. I mean, they'll figure it out. He'll still get Jamar Chase numbers. So those 2 guys I wouldn't panic on. I'd be more patient.
I agree with both of those, yeah.
So some of the panic ones, Chase Brown. Chase Brown hasn't looked very good. He's the offense took a downgrade, and he's just not getting all the looks that he would with Burrow. So
I think it's more of they're just not as high power of a scoring offense.
And so he's not getting that touchdown opportunity. Yeah. He's also not getting a lot of passes out of the backfield. So
which I'm shocked about, to be honest.
So you're taking a second or third round pick on that guy, and he's probably going to end up as the running back, 35 or something. I don't even know what he is right now. I'd have to look at it, but I think he's one of the guys you want to panic on. Hopefully he puts it together, but honestly, I don't personally feel like he's a talented enough running back to get those kinds to make up for the downgraded offense. I think he's good, and he's good on a good offense, but Bill Krosky Merritt, is that his name?
We're talking about Jacory?
Jacory, yeah. From, I think,
the Redskins?
The reason I'm panicking on him a little bit is because they made that trade for Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson's gone, so you're like, oh, obviously he's going to be the running back 1. He got a touchdown, but if you look at it was it Chris Rodriguez? Is that the other guy?
No, it was Jeremy Nichols.
Well, Jeremy McNichols too, but Rodriguez got 11 carries. McNichols got a 60-yard, a really long touchdown, and it's just like a 3-headed monster at that point. And you're like, well, I thought he was going to take over. I probably traded a lot for this guy, and now he's on the panic button. Chuba Hubbard.
What is up with that?
I don't think Carolina's. I mean, Carolina put up 30 points the other day, and Chuba Hubbard was non-existent.
I know.
So I just think
a lot of their star players were non-existent in that.
But I also think Rico Dowdle is also taking carries from him, and I said before the year I was never big on Chuba Hubbard. I'm really surprised they gave him that contract, but so here we are. We're seeing the after effects. So he could turn it around, but if I was a Chuba owner, I would be worried right now. A couple guys to be patient on. I already talked about Genty and I talked about Chase. Drake London, I think you got to be patient on him.
Yeah, I agree.
I think if they go back to Kirk Cousins, he's not going to get targeted as much, but he's going to get better opportunities, I feel like. I still don't think he's worth what he was drafted. I still think he's one of those round 3 or 4 kind of guys. People were drafting him in like the second round, thinking he's like a wide receiver 1. I always felt like he's a wide receiver 2. But he's talented. I mean, he's a Bama guy. Bama guys are always, pretty solid. A couple that are kind of on the line, right? Brian Thomas Jr. What is going on with Brian Thomas Jr.?
That's a great question.
Like, so you look at him and it's almost like he's just like avoiding contact at all. Like he's just he sees a defender. Oh, I'm not going for that ball. Sorry. And then he just busts like a 40 or 50 yard run out of nowhere. It's like the dude's super talented, but he's just, and Trevor Lawrence just, this brings me to one of my other leagues where this girl named Amy keeps trying to trade Trevor Lawrence. I'm like, dude, he is on the waivers in almost every other league.
Yeah.
You're trading him like he's a top quarterback and he's not.
Nobody wants him.
Like she sent me a trade earlier. I'm like, dude, I don't want Trevor Lawrence.
I don't want Trevor Lawrence. I have him on a team. I'm about to drop him for someone else.
Yeah, he's on the waivers in most
all my quarterbacks are getting hurt. Brock Purdy hurt.
But he's one of those guys. If I drafted him in the second round, I'd be really worried and be like, what's going on? Yeah. Lad McConkey is one of those guys that's kind of riding that line. It's like, I mean, he's throwing it to Quentin Johnson. He's throwing it to Keenan Allen. He's throwing it to...
Dude, Quentin Johnson looks
like
the
good.
Real deal.
Yeah. I mean, I like Quentin Johnson a lot. He does look good. Lad, I think he's still going to get his opportunities, but and that's the reason I was avoiding him in a lot of leagues. I did offer a trade to Cody in one league where he would be my flex, which is where I really like him at. But a lot of people drafted him as their wide receiver 1 or 2, and it's not paying off because they did get Keenan Allen back. Quentin Johnson is breaking out. They're running it a lot. So it's one of those things where it's like he rides that line of panic rotation.
They lost Najee Harris. Can Keenan Allen stay healthy? I mean, but you're right. I mean, as of right now, the way things are, I mean, he's just a safety blanket, but nothing more. He's not a primary target.
No.
Herbert's on another level right now. Herbert's playing
Herbert.
One of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. And I just, and it sucks the Broncos lost to the Chargers. I hate losing Chargers. I hate losing 2 back-to-back tough losses, but, I'm hitting the panic button on Bo Nix. I think he'll be fine long term, but he's not looked great this year. Like
he's been decent fantasy wise.
Yeah, fantasy wise is fine, but in real life, watching him,
kind of what I'm talking about right now is fantasy
for sure.
Who's not looking good fantasy or in real? CJ Stroud, and I don't think it's CJ Stroud's fault. I think something is wrong. I don't know if it's DeMeco Ryans or if it's the offensive coordinators that were put in place, but all of a sudden we can't finish a drive. We can't even like get a drive going. It's so sad, and I don't know. It's really frustrating being a Texans fan because we're started 0-3. I don't know how many more losses we need before they just say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah,
because we play the Titans this week, and if we lose to the freaking Titans, like there's got to be some alarm bells going off.
No, for real.
Which brings me to my next team. I say team because it's basically their whole offense is the Titans' offense.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley has not been. That's killed me. I went heavily. Every freaking fantasy expert was saying Calvin Ridley is one of the best values in the draft, and he has not been.
Well, he had 1,000 yards.
It's not as bad. It's Cam Ward is just not there.
He's not. So this is what I was saying. So yeah, Will Levis was throwing him the ball last year, but Will Levis is a more accurate quarterback. I was like, I would not like if I can get Calvin Ridley, like he was going too early than what I wanted him. But if I could get him as like a depth piece, I would have taken him. But Cam Ward's just not accurate. He cannot throw accurate passes. And so that's what I was. And I figured that Titans would go more run heavy. And so I was big on Pollard. Well, that hasn't been the case either.
Yeah.
Pollard hasn't been very good either.
No, he's been very inefficient. He's getting the touches.
Yeah, he is getting touches. He's just not doing a whole lot with him. And then
that's probably a guy to potentially panic on if Tajay Spears comes back. So, I mean, there's a lot. There's quite a bit. Fantasy's been really weird this year. Like your superstar players, you've had major quarterbacks getting hurt. I mean, You have major receivers getting hurt. I mean, it's been a unique year.
Unique New York.
Unique New York. So, it's been tough. I've drafted people, and I hated that we drafted your league so early because, I feel like there was just
Worked
so
out well
much
for me.
Worked out great for you. It has not worked out well for me. I'm 0-3, I believe.
I'm actually 1-2, but my team is so I lead the league in points against.
Yeah, you're getting
by a lot.
I'm
just getting unlucky right now, but
my team's not good. It's not great. We've got potential. There's some bench players and stuff I need to come back, but it's been tough. I mean, fantasy, if you're struggling in fantasy, don't just be down and out. A lot can happen. The waiver wire seems non-existent this year.
Yeah.
There's not been, if you got, Jordan Mason too. Jordan Mason's a guy I wish he was on my must draft list and I didn't get him in any league. He just went higher than expected.
The league I got Aaron Jones, I got him for a couple bucks in an auction league.
RJ Harvey, I
think RJ Harvey's a buy low candidate right now. I think he's eventually going to
break out.
Yeah, I think he's eventually going to break out.
He has the potential. I
just don't want to. So it's hard to risk it on him right now.
It is. It's just there's been a very balanced run approach. He's still got to get better at pass blocking, but I don't know if I have any other different ones. I think. Nico Collins was not having a good game until the fourth quarter, so I was starting to hit the panic button on him, but he's basically what they got going on. So I'm hoping they can figure that out and CJ Stroud can start being a better quarterback. You guys have a great defense. It's very unfortunate, but So what about just the NFL in general, just some of the teams that are just dominating? And I was really shocked the Packers lost to the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns defense is for real.
Did you see that there was an investigation to where they thought that they might have been cheating that game to because there was millions of dollars bet on the Green Bay Packers in that game, and there was a couple of specific plays that looked like they were just kind of
weird
phoning it in. Yeah, so it's just one of those. If the Browns beat a team they shouldn't beat, there all of a sudden there's an investigation.
Yeah.
No, the Browns look horrible, but who looked good? Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah,
dude,
he looked really
amazing.
good. I have him in Dynasty. I have him in a couple other leagues. I'm excited. He looked really good.
I think I only got him in the Whiskey League.
He looked a lot better than Trayvon Henderson.
I think Trayvon Henderson's another buy low guy.
Yeah,
Ramondre fumbled twice again.
Fumbled twice. What is going on with that guy?
Dude, he's going to be done soon because he has the fumbles like crazy.
Nobody else. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, the fumbles.
So I think Trayvon's time's coming.
Drake May's getting better every week, it looks like, too, as well.
Drake May's good.
Hunter Henry went off. And I didn't
he's the only one
start
catching
Tucker
balls.
Kraft. That was crazy. I started Hunter Henry. It was so great. Yeah, I beat you in that league.
I don't know. I don't remember.
It's okay.
Is that the one I've been 0-3 in?
Yeah.
Yeah. In Cody's league, my team is god awful, and so he picked me to finish 5th, and I'm like, dude, that's generous. I'll be happy if I win a game this year.
Yeah.
My team's horrible.
I gave him too much respect.
Yeah.
Just based on his fantasy history.
And I tried to make some trades earlier and didn't quite get to where I liked, so haven't really completed anything just yet. But
well, let's move over to Scare Your Thoughts. Let's move over to Pop Culture Poor and talk about Friday the 13th movies.
Daniel, you said you haven't really watched a whole lot of the Friday the 13th movies, have you?
No, not the Friday the 13th. I was more into the Freddy Krueger and Hellraiser top movies.
So you like the guy? You like the guy who talks more, and
Yes.
Yeah, Hellraiser's that's a great series too.
Oh yes.
Yeah, those are really good.
I always said my favorite was Hellraiser 3 because it has that 80s there was a time where they had the 80s metal soundtracks, and so you have the motor grader Hellraiser, and it was just so good. And Ozzy did a great cover of that, or vice versa. I don't remember who did the song first, but
I think the late 80s, early 90s horror movies were the pinnacle of scary movies. Personally,
actually, one of my favorite movies is actually Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. Yes. I actually have a Dream Warriors poster signed by the whole cast, and dude, just that movie in general was so good. Did you watch Freddy vs. Jason?
I believe I have. It's been a good while.
Because that's a pretty good one.
That's a really good movie.
It's a great crossover. And then they were talking about doing Freddy vs. Jason versus Ash from Evil Dead.
That would be so cool. Yeah, that would have been sick.
What about you? What about
I mean, I think, I've watched, the Friday the 13th, I think the original, and then the second one, which, the original came out in 1980. The final chapter came out in 1984, but I was born in 85, giving my age out. So I'm an old man. But, those movies were, I remember watching them and like not sleeping for days, like having nightmares about them. Like, so that's just to tell you, like, of course I was young, but I think when you think of an iconic horror character, I think Freddy is right up there in the like Mount Rushmore of horror characters. And I think like, if you haven't seen some of the older Friday the 13th horror movies, I think you're missing out. I think they're great. I think they're very good. I just think they're some of the pinnacle of what horror should be, and they're scary. And yeah, I think it's a great series. I love the Freddy versus Jason, which I was shocked at how good that was. I didn't have high hopes going into it.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Yeah, for sure. So, but I thought it was really cool. They did a lot of clever things in it. The adaptations were awesome. It was just a fun horror movie. So, and horror has gotten really good over the last couple of years. Like,
this year in general has been amazing for horror.
Yeah,
movies.
it's nuts. Like, their horror had a pretty, like a dark age there for a while. There was a good 5 to 8 years. There was a lot of bad horror movies. So, and I haven't seen the new Conjuring. Conjuring is probably my favorite.
Horrible.
The original one is my favorite, but I know you weren't a big fan
Well,
of it.
so here's the thing about The Conjuring is the first two are great because it's directed by James Wan.
100%.
And then they let this other director come in. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he's directed the third Conjuring movie, The Nun, La Llorona, and I think he did The Nun 2 and this one. And it's just like, dude, he's done like 5 trash horror movies.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. Like, I get it. They're making money, but they're not good. And so you keep giving this guy work who can't put a movie together to save his life. Like, when you watch it, you'll be like, this is more of like a family drama with a little bit of, and then I won't forget when we were walking out, I turned to Daniel, I was like, they won with family. Vin Diesel will be very proud of them.
Yeah. Olive Garden, man.
Yeah, it was not good. Like, it's just like, so how did you guys beat it? Just you just all together, just touch the mirror, Dragon Ball Z style. Like, it was so dumb, dumb.
You ran the movie for me. I'm still gonna watch it.
Another, if you like 80s horror movies, have you ever seen House from the mid 80s?
Yeah.
It's like, that's one I think doesn't get enough recognition.
It does.
Like,
yeah.
I thought that was an awesome.
I love like
horror movies from the mid 80s.
I love the 80s like horror comedy, like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes.
I
Is
love
that a movie?
Yeah, it is. It's this one.
I'm gonna watch it on Halloween, I think.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I have the DVD you can borrow.
All right,
so.
I'll borrow it. Let's do it. Sign
It's
me up.
good. Or like, Chucky. Chucky's great. Like,
Yeah, Chucky's amazing.
My kids are terrified of Chucky, but it's
Yeah, I
awesome.
was too. Chucky
Awesome
and
movie.
Freddy, man.
it makes you look at your dolls like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
are you alive? Like, what's going on here? Going back to Friday the 13th. So you guys kind of gave your input. I've actually watched the whole series of Friday the 13th movies, and I was telling them before the podcast is when my idea to start a podcast was originally a movie podcast.
Yep.
And me and my buddy Casey actually watched every single Friday the 13th movie, and that was going to be our first, episode. It was talking about which Friday the 13th movies we like. I love the whole series, except for Jason Goes to Hell. If you haven't seen Jason Goes to Hell, it's the one where he gets just obliterated. At the very beginning was actually really good. He chases down this girl who ends up being an agent, and they trap Jason and just wail on him with all these like guns and missiles and stuff, and he just gets obliterated. Well, like his heart or like his blood or something starts getting into people, and they become like Jason's soul transfers into them. And so it's a movie that doesn't have a whole lot of Jason, but he's going around like going from soul to soul. But that movie's horrible. But the cool thing about that one is at the very end is when Freddy's mask comes out and grabs Jason's mask, and that sets up the Freddy versus Jason. So
okay.
So that one's pretty
It's
cool
like a
for
setup.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, the first movie, obviously,
Yeah,
it gets a lot of people off because Jason's not actually the killer in the first movie. Like in Scream, he's like, "Who's the killer in Friday the 13th?" He goes, "Jason." He goes, "No, it's Jason's mother, Mrs. Voorhees." And so that's always a fun one. And then the second one, he didn't even get the mask until the third one. So the hockey mask wasn't even a thing till the third movie.
Yeah.
Like the second one, he wore like a bag over his head and like overalls and stuff. He looked like a country boy with just like a freaking feed bag on his head. My favorite is, I think it's the fourth one with, what's that? Corey Feldman.
Oh, okay.
And that one's really good. Or like the sixth one when he comes back to life. Like that one's pretty good too. That one actually was filmed in Georgia where we went on vacation not too long ago, where they did the Vampire Diaries and stuff. A lot of that was filmed there. So I love Jason X, where he goes to space.
Yeah.
I feel like when a series goes to space, it kind of dies, but at the same time, I actually really enjoy those. Like when Leprechaun goes to space, it's like it makes no sense, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Leprechaun.
I love Leprechaun movies.
Yeah,
I forgot about those. Those are pretty awesome.
Those are super fun. The Puppet Master ones are super fun. Like that's the thing is like you don't expect them to be great, but they're fun to watch. You know?
No, that's good.
So.
And sometimes that's a good point. Like sometimes we want, like we're ready for the next Endgame or the next Inception or the next Titanic or whatever movie. I know I'm doing a lot of Leonardo DiCaprio movies, and I know we're talking about horror or the next whatever. And just sometimes watch a movie and just have a good time.
Yeah, like Beer said, The Puppet Master, that was probably one of my favorite movies when I was younger.
Dude, they're so good. The whole series, like they're cheesy.
Yeah,
they're
cheesy.
Fun.
Cheesy's all get out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love the Puppet Master ones. Going back to Jason a little bit, there's one where he goes to Manhattan, and like the movie's horrible. It's like it's called Jason Takes Manhattan. I think it's number 8, and the whole movie takes place on a cruise where they're having like a prom or something, a high school prom, and he doesn't even get to New York until like the last 10, 20 minutes. But while he's in New York, he like knocks over someone's boombox and he boxes a dude on a rooftop, and it's just like, why were we in New York this whole time? So there's like. There's some fun parts. They're not great movies, but there's always, there's fun to be had for sure.
For sure. Cool.
And I could talk about horror all day.
Yeah.
I do a whole horror thing. All of October.
When
where I
we
watch
get
a
our
horror movie
Patreon, you're gonna have to do your horror movies, reviews, and stuff like that. We'll do a whole horror episode. It'll be fine. I'll finally watch the Killer Clown Posse thing movie.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Don't disrespect it by bringing Insane Clown Posse into it.
I do that on purpose.
That's horrible.
But
screw ICP. Screw those guys.
I like pissing Garrett off if you haven't noticed. All right. Anything else you got to add about Friday the 13th? I mean, Friday the 13th is like iconic, like Friday the 13th.
Yeah, if you're talking about a Mount Rushmore, like you got to put Jason up there.
Yeah, you put Jason, you put Freddy on there. Yeah, absolutely.
Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, and probably Ghostface or Chucky. Like,
yeah, ooh, that's. Yeah.
I mean, if you do a Mount Rushmore, you have Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees. The fourth one is actually pretty debatable because you can talk about Chucky, you can talk about Ghostface, you can talk about
save that.
Jigsaw.
Hold on. Save that for an episode. We're gonna do a debate on the Mount. Who would be the fourth person?
That'd be a good one. Because we're getting pretty close to October. So.
Yeah, I can't wait for a Halloween episode.
Yeah, keep that in your mind. I'd like to hear your
for sure.
Your thoughts.
I'm gonna make a note of that. All right. We're gonna move over to Neat and Balance because we got my buddy Daniel over here with his 18-inch pythons.
Oh, not anymore.
Before the injury.
Yes, before.
But I got 5 easy dieting tips I just wanted to cover today. They're super simple. I know I've done a lot of complex conversations and stuff, but I wanted to cover number 1 is the 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule. Let me be very specific and articulate my words. 80-20 rule is 20 rule is 80% whole foods, 20% eat whatever the hell you want. I think if you can balance that, and not eat whatever the hell you want, but 20% of eating things that you like and enjoy. I think if you're doing that consistently, you're in the right direction on dieting and being better than most people. It doesn't mean eating 20% fast food, but I think in general, if you can follow that, I think it's going to really set you up for success. Number 2 is protein first. And I've talked a lot about protein. Protein is a building block of muscles. It helps you stay full longer. But if you're eating meals, you should be eating a decent portion of protein, anywhere from 20 to 40 grams of protein per meal. But protein is so important. And, especially if you're trying to build muscle. And even if you're not trying to build muscle, I think a lot of people just don't get enough protein. Especially as people get older, and I've seen people getting sick in the hospital and stuff like that. But I think it's really important that you prioritize protein and good protein, chicken, some steak here and there, fish, salmon, a lot of different things that you can eat that will provide your protein. Number 3 is an interesting one. Color your palate. Like, you should have a plate of food that is colorful. You got broccoli, you've got squash, you got different things like that. The more color you have, the more nutrients you have on your plate, and not just white potatoes, right? And again, I would recommend sweet potatoes over regular potatoes. But I think it's really important for you to try to add some color to what you're eating. And if you're eating, processed foods, mac and cheese, boxed stuff, and things like that, it's just not really going to get you where you want to be. And there's a lot of great food out there that can be healthy: asparagus and broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Man, I love some good Brussels sprouts. Chard them a little bit with a little bit of sliced bacon. Oh my gosh, and some balsamic vinegar. Oh, dude, you're speaking my love language right now. Number 4 is portion awareness. You can accomplish quite a bit on how much you need to eat by just eating on a smaller plate. Making sure that piece of steak you're eating is, or chicken is the palm of your hand. There's a lot to be had with just, portion control. And, a lot of times we eat like rabid animals. We want to eat quick. We're busy. We're moving fast. But, give your brain opportunity to catch up and signal that you're full. So portion awareness, I think, is extremely important. And number 5 is cut liquid calories and be careful. And they could go to a lot of different things. Sodas, like Dr. Pepper and different things. I'm not going to hate on bourbon right now, but, sodas, your olive oil, even though I think olive oil is really good, and stay away from the seed oils. Some of your salad dressings. There's so many different salad dressings you can have that are good, that are low calorie and good for you. Italian dressing, you can have. There's just a lot of different options. Honey mustard. There's a lot of really good. I know we love our ranch and our blue cheese, and I'm a blue cheese guy. I love it. So, but if you're eating that stuff, you have to factor it into your diet, because you can get 400 to 600 calories in no time. Just a couple drops of different salad dressings, but there's a lot of calories that we can have. You can cut. Just don't drink soda. It's bad for you. There's more sugar in that than you need in a week. So, also too, your coffee lovers, going to Starbucks and different things, they have so many good options you can have that are low sugar. So just be very careful of that. Take a look at the sugar in content you have. All these places have online where you can look and see how much sugar they have. There's sugar-free options too as well. So I would highly recommend that. And if you can follow those rules, you're going to be in a good position to do a lot better than what we're probably doing now. And those are just some simple rules that I wanted to share. And that'll conclude Neat and Balanced. So let's move over to Last Call with the Bourbon Nerdz.
Did you guys get some of this buff turkey?
Yeah, the buff turkey is really good. Yeah, I'm drinking right now the Weller Antique non-chill filter.
So I just finished a drink of that.
Yeah, we probably should have drank that before the buff turkey.
Yeah, the buff turkey is really good.
The buff turkey is awesome.
Dude, this Weller Antique 107 non-chill filtered is bee's knees.
I'm going to put some of that in this glass here.
Yeah, it's very good. I think we're going to get Garrett an Uber home.
Not even close, dude. Not even close.
Not even close.
He's in beast mode right now. No,
Probably
so I mean,
drink more when I get home.
Last call. So we got obviously the grapes and grain drop, which will already happen. We're giving away bottles. We got new stickers. We're really excited to support them and Gary and that group. So we've got new stickers we'll be handing out. We're planning, and again, I am going to get these events planned and booked so I can stop talking about them. I'm sorry it's taking a little bit longer. Garrett and I have been pretty busy just in general. I've been traveling. I've got quite a bit of travel coming up in general, but
I got a promotion and I have to interview for
he got promoted
this week, and it's been a week.
He's a big player now, but we've got a lot going on. We're really excited. I'm working on a Patreon, which I hope we launch before end of the year. And we're getting close to Halloween and then our 1-year anniversary, which is crazy. We've come out with really good content. And again, if there's something you want to see from us, if you want me to shut up and stop talking as much, whatever it is, let us know. I'm open to feedback, and we're constantly trying to challenge each other to get better. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. So,
and at this point, we should have the Grapes and Grains drop would have already passed.
Yep.
But we have that video coming out, and I really hope we see a lot of you guys out there. I know a lot of people have been listening. A lot of people have asked me about the Eagle Rare 12 giveaway. Hopefully, one of our fans or listeners, watchers. Hopefully, one of you guys win it and actually pop it open. I'd hate to see somebody win it and then just immediately trade it or sell it, but I get it, whatever. But it'd be really cool to go somebody who really appreciates it. And we have that Eagle Rare 12, and we have an Eagle Rare 10 store pick. So hopefully it goes to some good people and everybody just has a good time. I think it's gonna be a great event. Like I think there's gonna be a lot of people there. There's people talking about camping out overnight. Hell, there's 4 Russell's 13s on the first come first serve. So like in the first,
which is
4,
a really good bottle.
Yeah, there's a lot. And I was talking to Gary a little bit before or the other day when we were at Grapes and Grain. He's talking about like the first come first serve. All right, we'll keep that a surprise then.
Yeah, we're gonna have a surprise bottle to give away, which hopefully one of you guys.
Hopefully one of you guys get.
That's really nice.
This is gonna be an awesome giveaway. We'll have to go get some tickets before.
Yep.
But
I'll take care of that. But yeah, anyways.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. 100%.
Okay.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away.
I believe I can soar.
This 13 Colony double oaked is good.
I believe in bourbon.
I'm not even going to jump in. I'll make everybody
We didn't
hear.
sing enough this episode. But if you want us to sing, I want to do a musical, Bourbon Nerdz musical episode. Only for Patreons. That's going to be our first episode.
I love whenever TV shows do like a musical, it's
like
always
Scrub.
Sunny.
You remember Scrub?
Oh, the Scrub. Yeah, where she has the brain tumor and she
dude.
thinks everybody's singing to her. I love that episode.
Of the Scrubs
Or
episode,
or there's an episode of It's Always Sunny where they do The Nightman Cometh. Like,
if you haven't
They actually do a
watched
musical episode of that
Scrubs
too, but-
and you like medical and comedy stuff, go watch Scrubs and thank me later because it's amazing.
there's another episode of It's Always Sunny where they feel like they act like they get sucked into the movie of The Wiz.
Oh yeah.
And so they're singing like they get put in black people's bodies, and it's so funny.
That's funny.
Like Frank's like, I can say it, and they're like, don't say it.
Yeah. But anyways, we've got a lot of exciting things. We need your support. We're working on sponsorship. We're working on events. We're working on just making good content for you guys. So. If you want us to do more, if you want us to do less, whatever else, but let us know. Comment, subscribe, go to our YouTube channel. We have great videos coming out. We've got some really good stuff. Garrett's worked really hard on a lot of stuff. He's getting really good at editing. So, and then obviously Ethan Adams, our editor for our podcast, does a great job. If you've heard him on our last episode, if you haven't checked out our last episode, go check it out. We've got tons of episodes out there and interviews.
So
we got more content coming.
Real quick. So I will say that I believe I
can fly.
I haven't talked to Cody about this a whole lot, but I believe our episodes will start getting filmed here pretty soon. And I'm just
coming to a theater near you. Bourbon Nerdz.
It's something that I'm working on personally, and need to talk to Cody a little bit about. But yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. So
you have to see our ugly face. So.
Yeah, our ugly mugs. But you see my mugs if you watch our videos and you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us out tremendously. So, thank you, and I appreciate you guys. And thank you to the whiskey community. Thank you to everyone that supported us. The kind words, the thoughts, the bottle shares, the people donating bottles, everything. And Daniel, you got the final word, my friend. Close this out. What do you got? What do you want to say to the whole community, all of our 4 fans that we have?
Bourbons for sharing. Like I said, we had 13th Colony episode. I prefer the double oaked over the 15th. Both awesome bottles. So all I can say is bourbons for sharing.
Yep.
Make friends. Expand the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to these drops and stuff, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
amazing
people are
people.
so willing to share
So
crazy things.
thoughtful and caring, and like, dude, people, we don't just sit there and drink bourbon and get hammered. They raise money for cancer awareness, suicide awareness. I mean, we're changing people's lives.
They have a charity thing going on right now where if you donate, every $10 you donate puts you into one of these.
I met these guys at a bourbon drop.
100%.
And, they're awesome.
Yeah.
It's like
We appreciate that.
Yeah, Daniel's great. Good friend of ours. I love running into him when he's like, we're trying to hunt for bottles and stuff. It's like, oh, Daniel's there. He's trying to get a bottle for us. So, but great people, great whiskey. And yeah, that'll conclude our Friday the 13th Colony episode. Our next episode is going to be a surprise. So, because we haven't planned
We
it
haven't
yet.
figured out what it is yet.
Newsflash.
No, we do have a Michter's episode coming up
Yeah.
on the horizon.
Well, we do, and a whiskey blender interview. But
yeah.
But we'll keep you on the edges seat of your pants. So
And thanks for Daniel for coming out.
yeah,
That was
thanks
awesome.
Daniel for being on. We appreciate you, man. You've been quiet, but we still love you. Oh yeah, absolutely, dude. Anytime, man. You might have to come back for the Mad Scientist.
We should have
episode.
talked about Pokemon and anime. I think it was
Oh, definitely.
why didn't you talk about that?
I'd be on the Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z. If you guys ever want to do
Next time, we'll bring him back on the Mad
Hey,
Scientist.
you guys
episode.
want to do a Mad Scientist BTEC
let's do
episode?
that.
Dude,
I'll
let's
be
do that. You're coming back.
WLW,
We'll talk about
GTS. We'll
Pokemon
crack
and
'em.
Dude, Dragon Ball Z. Just don't
next
even-
time on Bourbon Nerdz.
Bourbon Z. I'm Cody.
I'm Garrett. We are
And
the
we are the Nerds Bourbon. Just
I think Cody needs an Uber.
yeah, the Bourbon Nerds. I'm just messing with you. All right, thank you guys. Please drink responsibly, and we appreciate it.
The Bourbon Nerds podcast is hosted and executive produced by Cody Mills and Garrett Welch. The show is produced, mixed, and edited by me, Ethan Adams. The show features original music by Alex Pitts. You can find the Bourbon Nerds on all the major social media platforms. Please follow, rate, and review the show on Apple Podcasts or your podcast player of choice. It really does help the show. Please don't hesitate to send an email or message on social media. We love to hear your thoughts, comments, and bourbon suggestions. The Bourbon Nerds would like to remind the audience to always drink responsibly, know your limits, and never drink and drive. Be sure to check in every Sunday for a brand new episode. Cheers!